The statistics for failed business was very, very similar to the statistics for failed marriages. And the reasons why were very, very similar. So God said, look at these principles that make businesses successful. If you apply them to a marriage, you will have a successful marriage. And so Marriage Inc. was born, and we've been rocking ever since, bro.
So without further ado, let the conversation begin. Bartender, cue the music.
Welcome to the Mind of a Man podcast, a podcast where men have manversations on topics they rarely discuss, such as health, family, and wealth, to name a few. Now, here's your host, James Bush.
You're listening to the Mind of a Man show on Power Me Up Radio Talk 24/7, the station with heart on iHeart, brought to you by Raven International. What's going on? What's going on? Thank you for tuning into the Mind of a Man show, where men talk all things men. I am James Bush, the therapist. I am your manversationist. And we got a great guest today. Of course, his specialty is marriage. And he has an awesome platform on Instagram. You guys should check it out. He runs with his wife. They just celebrated over 25 years of marriage. From Marriage Inc., we have Shannon Austin.
What up, man?
It's almost to the point where I just said, Austin 316 just said.
Right. What up, JB? What it do, baby?
What's going on? What's going on?
I'm good, man. I'm so good, man. Good to be with you, brother.
Man, I can't wait to get into this. But Shannon, tell us briefly a little bit about yourself.
Man, I'm just a man trying to help other men figure it out, bro. I was married to a wonderful woman, Shirley Perry Austin, 25 years, but I was married before, bro, and went through. It wasn't like a bad divorce, but emotionally, it was horrific, and I had nobody to talk to, nobody to turn to. Right. Nobody to really ask questions of. The one person that I did do really didn't have nothing for me. And I just had I decided in that moment, during that time frame of my life, I decided to dedicate my life to helping men figure out how to be a husband, how to navigate the space of their relationships. And then once I became a dad, just understanding, that those two things had to coexist, being a husband and a father. So there's no manual. And God just kind of downloaded some stuff in me to help brothers figure it out. I wrote a book called Husband. It is kind of a biographical how-to help you kind of get into some of the preliminary stages of managing the husband space. I consider it an institution. Being a husband is the most important thing that a man could ever possibly do with his life. Be a husband and then be a father. And I just try to help people navigate the space. I try to help wives understand what they're dealing with, because they don't know. Didn't nobody teach them what to look for, how to look for? Because most of the people that we look to for these examples were damaged as well. So we're trying to figure it out the best way we can, bro. I'm just here to help them do it. My wife and I started a company, Marriage Inc., and Marriage Inc. was designed to take business success principles and translate them into marital success. The statistics for failed business was very, very similar to the statistics for failed marriages. And the reasons why were very, very similar. So God said, look at these principles that make businesses successful. If you apply them to a marriage, you will have a successful marriage. And so Marriage Inc. was born, and we've been rocking ever since, bro.
Man, I love it. Definitely, I love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, on today's show, we're going to ask the expert, how should young men of marrying age approach the topic of marriage in this 21st century? And also, with divorces running rampant, what should divorcees do to prepare themselves for a future relationship? But first, let's play a little game. Game time. 5 questions. If you get them all right, you get Mind of a Man show swag. If you don't, then I will be a little abrasive towards you for the remainder of the show. Gotta rub it in, Shannon. Gotta rub it in. You have 30 seconds for each question.
The questions for me? They for me? Oh.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Fire them off. Boom.
That's what they all say. Anyway, question number 1.
Yes, sir.
What U.S. president delivered the first televised inaugural address?
The first televised inaugural address. Roosevelt.
That is correct.
Oh,
Harry S. Truman. No flag for you.
Same era. Same. I was close.
Question number 2.
Yes.
What baseball stadium was the movie Major League filmed in?
Oh, I don't know that. I literally don't know the answer to that question.
It is Milwaukee County.
How would anybody know that? Who would know that? There ain't nobody getting that question. Go ahead. Next question.
All right.
3.
Question number 3.
Yes.
In The Wizard of Oz,
Yes.
what was the lion in search of?
Courage.
That is correct.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on now. Come on, Shannon.
Question number 4.
Yes, sir.
What city is the capital of the U.S. state Kansas?
Oh, Kansas. The capital of Kansas is Kansas City?
That is incorrect.
That's incorrect? Oh, my good. Topeka? No one. Come on, bro. I can't even spell Topeka.
All right. Question number 5. Let's
All right,
take this on a high note.
Last one.
What U.S. president worked as a lifeguard?
You're funny. You're funny. You're funny. Where you find these questions? I have no idea. I would be guessing, and I don't even have a good guess.
It is Ronald Reagan.
Oh my goodness. Is he the only president that worked as a lifeguard?
And look, that's just what the random trivia says.
Oh.
Let's get into the gauntlet. Let's get into it, man. The meat of what we about to do. This is what I'm waiting for. So, marriage is different these days, or is it? Looking at the divorce statistics, it begs the question, are we truly prepared to do life with one another? Mm-hmm. Especially men. Yeah, 70-80% of all divorces are initiated by women, but is that a correlation to causality? How should young men prepare for marriage in the 21st century?
The only thing that prepares you for marriage is marriage. There is no manual. There is no all of the living together, all of these preparatory types of things that we do, having a conversation with your pops, sitting down with a long list of your family's elders. Nothing is going to prepare you for marriage but being married, right? Because no one, how do you prepare someone for eviction, repossession, open heart surgery, cancer,
yes, sir,
congestive heart failure, and then cancer again? You tell me in there, death of a father, death of a niece that was like a daughter, death of a mother-in-law, or mother and mother-in-law, financial, coming close to financial ruin, infidelity. Like, what manual, right? What can you point me to? Who would prepare another human being for that? Nobody.
Y'all get that collection plate ready. Start passing it around.
Ain't nobody preparing nobody for that. You figuring it out as you go.
Wow. And
you hopefully connect with someone that's willing to walk with you through these vows. We've experienced all the vows, for better, for worse, for sicker, for the poor, richer in health, or for richer, for poor, sickness and in health. All these vows that we say, right?
Yeah.
And then, but we've experienced them all. And the only thing that helped us get through it is our commitment to our commitment. That's it.
We were talking in the green room, and I made the comment about being the right fit. And ladies and gentlemen, Shannon, he balked at it. Austin 316 over here. He said, there is no such thing as the right fit.
No such thing.
Shannon, expound on that thought.
There's no such thing as the right fit. You'll never, ever find, there's no such thing as really, you shouldn't search for the right person. What your focus should be is being the right person.
Wow.
Right? Because so what happens in this vast universe if your person dies?
Mm-hmm.
If your soulmate, right? If it's only one of them, your person for you, and that person died at a young age or died in a car accident, or you just happen to pass each other and not ever even speak or talk to each other. So for then or the rest of your life, are you just destined to just be with someone who you just gotta suffer with and experience on a level that's not supposed to be wonderful and beautiful and amazing and all the things that marriage is? No. But if you are the right person with the right attitude and you approach marriage with a zeal for life and human interaction and wanting to get to know and understand whomever you are with, and actually become the person that they need and want. See, most of us get stuck in who we are. Oh, it's just me. It's just me. I keep it real. I'm a real person. All of these types of things, but yet and still, that's not the person who we met and we married to. And we're stuck with wanting them to accept us. But here's the caveat. It is their job to accept us. But it's not our focus to focus on them accepting us. Our focus should be us accepting them, accepting who they are, allowing them to experience and be their authentic self, allowing the world to feel the weight of who they are and the world and us dealing with that. That's my job, to be that, do that, direct that towards Shirley. Now, if I direct it to Shirley and then she directs the same mindset and the same thought process to me, then we're both having our needs met and taken care of. So there's nobody missing out.
So Shannon, I want you to make it plain for the audience, right?
Yes, sir.
That means if you have one partner who is stronger in finances, they know how to balance their budget, they know how to work the credit, they know how to do those things. But the other one may not be as strong. We're talking about the strong brother being able to accept the one who is not as strong in that, so that the marriage and the relationship prevails. Is that what we're saying?
Yes, you play your role and you allow the one.
You said the R word, role.
You play your role. First of all, you know your role. And then be willing to play your role. Can you imagine Dennis Rodman trying to be a prolific scorer? That wasn't his role in the Bulls and with the Pistons. He got what? How many championships? Like 7?
Yeah, he got 2 with the Pistons, and he got
right, and then he got a 5, right? 5. So three with the Bulls and 2 with the Pistons.
Yes, sir.
He got 5. Dennis Rodman got 5 NBA championships simply because he was willing to operate in excellence in his role. Like it wouldn't go, nobody was not going to out hustle him, out rebound him, he was going to be the greatest irritant to the other team, no matter who it was, no matter who they were playing. Who you want me to irritate? You just point them out. You want me to irritate thus and so? Okay, I'm going to irritate the hell out of him.
Yeah.
He did that with the best of them. And so we see teams, the Bulls, the dynasty teams, the Bulls, the Lakers, now the Golden State Warriors, people that are willing to step into roles and play the hell out them roles. They calling them dynasties. I don't know. They calling them dynasties.
Wow. I like that. So Shannon.
Yes, sir.
Divorces are rampant. It's not a secret.
Rampant.
Many try on marriage like they try on a new pair of shoes. Switching to see which pair offers the perfect fit. It's not up to me. As I digress, according to Shannon, that is. It's no secret that we have many divorcees walking among us, like the Walking Dead. So Shannon, from a male perspective, how should men who have been divorced approach a future relationship? Floor is yours, my brother.
Well, first of all, they should be put in jail. Jail. Bam. Jail. Put them in jail. You think it's a game? No, I'm just joking. But I'm just joking, but I'm not just joking. I never joke. I never throw a jab, right?
Okay.
That's not meaningful. So if we look at divorce, divorce to the Marriage Inc., the definition of divorce is the death of a family. Either by natural causes or murder or suicide. But we look at it as the death of a family. And the statistics tell us that 750,000 families die every year. Now, if that was the COVID statistics, we'd be all on CNN 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day, we'd be on. Nobody's paying attention to it at all, especially the people that are killing the families. And a good majority of the people that are killing the families are husbands, right? And so what would I say to these men? Like, how should they approach a new relationship? Well, first of all, you need to get rid of your serial killer ways. We need to really hone in on what's going. Back to the first segment, what's going on with us? Where does the healing need to take place? How can I now step out when I come out of this marriage? I can't do anything. It's over. It's done. Now I'm stepping into a new reality, a new situation. And divorce is so horrific. This is the psychology of divorce. When you have a loved one that passes away, if you've ever had someone close to you JB that has passed away, right? One of the things you do is you go to the nursing home before you go see them at the church. That is so the family is not shocked by the death, the person laying in the casket, right? That's not the first time the family is seeing the dead body. Right. And what happens is because divorce is like death, it's weird because you see a dead person, a person that you have gone through all of the stages of death and dying. Right. You've gone through those stages with that person, but they still walking around. You still seeing them every weekend when you drop the kids off or pick them up. You're seeing them out and about at Walmart or whatever, if you're living in the same town or, municipality. So it does something to the psyche to see somebody who is dead to you in your emotional state and how you feel, but you still see them walking around. And so you have to process that death before you can ever move on in a healthy a new healthy relationship. You got to be able to process all of that. And most of us do not take the time to process. We want to jump right into that poo-poo. We got needs, right? We're used to the standard of someone either cooking or cleaning or just being our life's witness. And to just give that up, it's hard, man.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that a man needs to do first to move on is to process and deal with his past relationship. Understand the part that he played. Be able to reconcile with that person. Decide that even though they are no longer together, that he is going to be the most outstanding baby daddy that he could possibly be. That he is going to look to make sure that the livelihood and the well-being of this woman who is mothering his children is always the best that it could possibly be. No matter who she is, no matter what she is, no matter what kind of attitude she has, your goal is to create the best environment for your children to be nurtured in, because they already ruined. They already ruined. So now you're going to add insult to injury by fighting and fussing and bringing negative energy and all of those things. And look, you can't do nothing about another person, but you can do something about yourself. You can adjust your attitude. You can be polite. You can understand how to communicate and what are effective ways of communicating. You can maintain a certain level of accountability and information with your ex, so that now the environment is healthy and your stress is significantly less, because you know you're being the absolute best human you can be in this given situation. And no one can blame you for that. So now when you go into a new situation, you're able to introduce your new woman to your ex-wife. You're able to introduce her to your children. You're able to interact in a healthy way and parent and cheer the kids on and yell at their graduations and help try to figure out how we're going to get these babies through college or trade school or the military or whatever it is that they're choosing for their vocation. You're able to do that in a very healthy and functional way. But most people are so ego-driven and so hurt and so misguided by their hurt that they can't even focus on being basically a great human being.
So 2 minutes, Shannon. Give me
2 minutes.
What do they do about the hurt?
They come see somebody like you.
Okay, yeah, I know that.
They got it. They got to process it. They got to deal with it. They got to confront it head on. I know we got 2 minutes. They got to confront it head on. They have to process that pain, right? They have to go through the pain, because the pain on the other side of the pain is the healing that they're looking for.
Right.
I wish I had time. Real quick, an analogy. A burn victim has to go through pain to get healing. They have to go through a thing called debridement, where they go in, they're put in a pool, and then they scrub the dead skin with almost like wire brushes. We hear Richard Pryor talk about his experience once he got burnt. They scrub, because you got to get down to the living tissue, because the burnt tissue is dead. Yeah. You got to get rid of that dead tissue and get down the tissue that bleeds so that it can heal properly. So you got to go through the pain in order to get to the other side of healing. Does that make sense?
That makes all the sense, my brother. That makes all the sense. Tell my audience, where can they find you?
Man, they can find us at Marriage Inc. everywhere. MarriageInc.us is our website. They can find us on Instagram at Marriage Inc. They can find us on TikTok at Marriage Inc. They can find us on Facebook at Marriage Inc. or just type in Marriage Inc. We're going to be the first thing that pops up, and you'll see me and the Queen or our logo that there when they come up, man. And so we got YouTube going to be popping off here in the next 3 months. And we got a podcast, the Marriage Inc. podcast, that's going to be jumping off, which I'm going to definitely have to have you on. So, we're going to have you. We're going to have to get this favor returned. And I just appreciate you having me. And man, let's just keep trying to just help folks with these relationships, bro, because they need it. They need it.
So needed. So needed. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Shannon Austin from Marriage Inc.